I had a dream that was not all a dream. In it, I was in a place of wind and waves, rock and ice. A place where great soaring birds glided by and flightless ones waddled to their own inclinations. A land of primal beauty shadowed by a troubled past. Antarctica. I was inspired to go to Antarctica after making a documentary for National Geographic about Sir Ernest Shackleton. I was captivated by his incredible adventure there. When his icebound ship was crushed, he and his men lived on the ice, then rowed to Elephant Island, where he left in a tiny boat to find rescue on South Georgia. Shackleton went to Antarctica during the great age of exploration, seeking to fill in the white spaces on maps, to chart lands unknown, terra incognita. I went to fill in my own white spaces of experience. He went on a wooden ship, I on a steel one equipped with all the modern aids to navigation. He had wool clothes. I had my choice of high-tech thermal gear. But for all its modern comforts, my trip was no less a voyage of discovery. In Antarctica, I would journey into the heart of a cold, white dream. We left Ushuaia at the tip of Argentina and headed south, far beyond the reach of our lives. The days at sea, full of lectures and anticipation, turned our thoughts to the wonders that lay ahead. South Georgia Island appeared out of the mist, like an idea forming. It was mysterious and rugged, elemental, like the earth in its infancy. It was here Shackleton landed after his amazing 800-mile boat journey from Elephant Island. For us, every landing at South Georgia was a journey to another planet. Each beach was different. All were overwhelming, a mind-boggling kaleidoscope of scenery and wildlife. The incredible numbers of seals and penguins belie a darker side of South Georgia. The humans who first visited here were after whales and seals. They killed hundreds of thousands for their blubber or fur. It was a different time, a different ethos, a different relationship with nature. Grytviken was a town built around whaling. It was where the huge creatures were butchered and their blubber turned into oil. Unspeakable horrors were committed here, besides the slaughtering of whales. When the furnaces ran low on fuel, the men would burn penguins alive. Their insulating fat burned well. This was once a place of brutality, of pain and blood and death. A nightmare. The whalers are gone now. Their abandoned ships and the ruins of the whaling stations remain, like great skeletons washed up on a beach. They are sad reminders of a time when humans cared only to exploit these wondrous places. The machinery of death is slowly rusting away, but the memories live on, a legacy of shame. As I explore these shipwrecks and ruins, I reflect on the often troubled relationship we have with nature. Humans are such efficient killers. Our savagery seldom thinks to the future, and we hunt animals to near extinction. Yet, it is hard to judge other people in other times. Grytviken and the other stations are remote in more than location. They are distant in ethics and attitude as well. I cannot imagine tossing a living penguin into a fire, but I have never been freezing cold and without fuel or starving. Do we ever really know what we are capable of if pushed to extremes? We have a different relationship with the wildlife of this area now. Today, we come bringing respect, not greed. We hunt with cameras, not harpoons. The animals have made a comeback. We see the vast colonies of penguins and seals and are awed by them, moved by them. They bear witness to the resiliency of nature. These wild creatures have no memories of past atrocities. They do not fear us. We can approach them, see them eye to eye. Now we visit their world on their terms. Shackleton found rescue and redemption on South Georgia. He is buried at Grytviken in a small cemetery overlooking the harbor. Visiting it, I am close at last to the man who inspired my journey to Antarctica. Shackleton and his age of exploration are long gone, lost in the winds of time, but the desire to know the unknown lives on. We leave South Georgia and head to the Antarctic Peninsula. The winds intensify, the seas grow, giant birds glide silently by, guides to our dreams. These travelers of the open oceans, the petrel and the albatross, soar on the currents, gliding for miles. They swoop about our ship and dance across the tops of the waves, heading over the horizon to a land of mystery. This is a violent part of our planet. Sudden, extreme winds, unimaginably high seas. They remind you that you are voyaging to the ends of the earth, to the very edges of the map of experience. The seas calm and become dotted with icebergs. On some, we see small groups of penguins riding the ice like castaways. Penguins. They have a reputation for being comical. Little guys dressed in tuxedos scurrying about. When you see them in person, you realize it is true. Sleek and swift underwater, penguins seem confused on land, indecisive, scurrying here and there or standing around, calling, flapping their wings. The fledglings molt out of their woolly coats, looking like old society women in ratty fur coats. The mature penguins seem like they are hurrying off to an appointment. They scamper around on the beaches with great determination, then seem to forget where they are going and why. They turn around and scamper back. It's a hard person who does not love a penguin. They're adorable. Their reputation is well deserved. Our ship sails on to the Antarctic Peninsula. We journey to a world increasingly strange. We pick our way through fields of ice on what seems like another planet. Nothing can really prepare you for the icebergs. They float by, some large as cities, drifting across the horizon like fallen giants. Other bergs have weathered into fantastic sculptures in white and blue. We explore them in our boats. I lose myself in the spell of these strange apparitions. I am mesmerized. They are otherworldly, surreal. My dream unfolds in a crystal silence. Sometimes we spot a seal or birds on a bit of ice. We motor up for a closer view. At another berg, we startle a lone penguin, our cameras clicking away. Penguin paparazzi. I cannot recall a more magical time in all my travels. It is hard to describe, wonderful to experience, impossible to forget. Like a sleep too short, our visit to Antarctica is over. The ship takes us across the Drake Passage back to Ushuaia. Then, the long flights home. My dream ends. I awaken to a different world. At home, on a shelf, is a little sculpture of penguins we bought in Ushuaia. I look at it, and my thoughts drift back to their world, to that world of ice. My dream returns, and I embrace it. I am on the beaches again, walking in the shadows of the glaciers, picking my way through the fur seals and penguins. Albatross and petrels soar across the waves. Icebergs drift by. Once again, I am in that alien, magical place. Antarctica seems strong and thriving. Perhaps it is, but maybe it's just an illusion. Like an iceberg that seems so massive, so solid, so indestructible, yet gradually melts away, Antarctica's way of life could vanish too. It could melt away into memory. Part of me thinks we should leave Antarctica to the creatures who live there. Let their dramas play out at the bottom of the world, unseen. Maybe we should leave Antarctica alone. Let it always remain a mystery. A land unknown. Terra incognita. For me, the dream that is Antarctica persists. It has become a part of me. I journeyed far and filled in the white spaces of experience, as Shackleton did. In so doing, I discovered a world where dreams become reality, and reality becomes a dream. A place called Antarctica.